This morning, our words are entitled Wonder by Reverend Dr. David Breeden. We light this flame, reminding ourselves to treasure the magic in the mundane, the wonders of carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, rapid oxidation into light, heat, and the dance of a flame. We light this chalice, kindling, remembering our innate sense of wonder at the very real magic of our world.
The second candle on the Advent wreath represents peace. In this time of expectancy, let us hold on to the ideal of peace. Even though wars rage around the world and sometimes in our families and in our hearts, we recognize that peace arrives gently and to an open heart. I offer this prayer by Reverend Elizabeth Mount, which recalls the Christian roots of our Unitarian Universalist faith. Maker of the universe, whose being is in all things, both in the day and the night, eternal, teach us to seek peace. Help us to find that which brings calm to our breath and compassion to our hearts, and show the way toward a loving and peaceful world. Help us to light the way toward justice, to be a candle in the window, a star in the night sky, a way to find the path that leads us in the ways of peace. In the true belief that someday this world can become a beloved community that holds us all in care, we light this candle of peace. Good morning. I would love to welcome any children and youth here with us today, or any folks who are young in body or in spirit, to come and join me on this rug for our time for all ages. Got a nice little cozy circle here today by our lit up Christmas tree that you did such a great job organizing and decorating and lighting up last week. Thank you. Have any of you heard the song Blue Christmas? Yeah? Do you know it? Maybe on the radio? Maybe you've heard Elvis sing it? Yeah, he's pretty great. We have an impersonator here in our congregation, actually. I thought about asking him to come out and perform, but we'll just do it ourselves this morning. You know, that Elvis Christmas album that this song comes from is from 1957, and it is still, to this day, the best-selling Christmas album of all time. Yeah. You thought, but Mariah Carey is underneath Elvis. All she wants for Christmas is the best-selling album of all time. But yeah, so I just want to remember the words a little bit. So if you know it, you can sing with me. I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, and when those blue memories start calling, you'll be doing all right with your Christmas of the white. But I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. So does anybody know what Elvis said right before he recorded that song? He said, "Let's get this over with." I was pretty surprised to find that. Do any of you feel that way about this season right now, about Christmas? Some people do. Some people are raising their hands. Maybe you feel that way about Christmas photos. Like you're done with that. Well, I'll tell you that when Elvis recorded this song in 1957, he was worn out. Yeah?
Because his producer made him sign a contract where he had to stay in Las Vegas and stuff.
You're right. You're right. How did you know all of that about Elvis?
I love Elvis and I watch a lot of documentaries.
Nice. Documentaries are a great way to learn about people and the world. So you are exactly right. What's your name? Lou? Rue. Nice to meet you, Rue. I'm Reverend Christin. And you are exactly right. Elvis had just bought Graceland, his big property in, Tennessee? Memphis, maybe? And he wasn't staying there. He had just bought it, but he was in Vegas doing a concert tour, and then that quickly devolved into a film tour and a schedule that he had to do for that. It was just really wearing him out, and he was not feeling this song at all. But his album needed some filler, and the producers said, "We're going to need you to go ahead and record this." And he was so uninterested in this song. He instructed his backup singers, the Jordanaires, to do something silly in the background while he sang. And he sang his vocals in that choppy style in an attempt to sabotage the song. But despite his unenthusiastic attitude, Blue Christmas went to #1 in the Billboard singles chart, #12 on the Holiday 100 chart, and peaked at 24 on the Hot 100. So something happened, perhaps. And I think he must have come around to that song because he ended up adorning Graceland with blue Christmas lights. When Elvis died in 1977, his father, Vernon, put a stop to the blue Christmas lights because he said it was just too sad. He didn't want to see that and be reminded of that song and how he's not here during the season anymore. So we may struggle sometimes to kind of accept the realities. Sometimes we don't feel cheerful around the holidays for lots of reasons. We might be missing people who aren't around that were in years past. We might feel sad about something or just not ready to party or celebrate. We might want to just get this season over with. Yeah.
I think I know why.
Why?
Maybe it's because his mom died.
You're right, it could be. A parent dying can be really sad.
And his father probably got leave you.
It's tough. Well, I'm here to tell you and all of you that it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel however you feel right now. You're welcome here, your full self. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay to not be okay. And I'm here to sing Blue Christmas with you anytime you need to. And I'm here to rest in the comfort of community with you and to seek peace in the midst of everything that's going on.
This morning, I offer a reading entitled Winter Weather Meditation by Reverend Jonalu Johnstone. Winter weather can be seen as gift or curse. The curse is easy to see: ruined plans, icy falls, fender benders, cabin fever. The gift may be harder to find. There are new kinds of beauty before us: the still, clear starkness of a winter blanket, the glisten of icy crystals. There's wonder before us, our everyday landscape transformed. And what about the wonder of snowstorms that cancel everything from meetings to school to work, allowing time to extend and reminding us of the gift of time, with no particular expectations or assignments, with no place to go and no one to see. A time for dreaming, perhaps, or music or reading or silence. A time for reconnecting with precious people we live with and sometimes drift away from in the clatter of normal routine. Time may be the most special gift we have in these days if we're ready to make something of it. In the words of David Rankin, there must be a time when we cease speaking to be fully present with ourselves. There must be a time when we exclude clamor by listening to nothing whatsoever. There must be a time when we forego our plans as if we had no plans at all. There must be a time when we abandon conceits and tap into deeper wisdom. And there must be a time when we stop striving and find peace within. May this wonder of altered time come as a blessing to us all.
Today, we lit the Advent candle of peace, and messages of peace on earth and goodwill to all resonate throughout this season. All the while, we may be feeling the furthest from peace in our hearts than ever before. Peace, we understand as one of three things, perhaps a state of tranquility or quiet, perhaps freedom from disquieting or oppressive thoughts or emotions, or peace as the harmony in personal relations. Are any of those things present in your life right now? A blogger I read reflected on how she laughed out loud at that thought in her own life. For her, the Advent season is often characterized by hurry, overspending, overeating, unmet expectations, and exhaustion. If we're honest, the most wonderful time of the year can sometimes be the most anxiety-inducing time of the year, right? An army of advertisers, social media posts, and stores display invades our life beginning in early fall. And this army marches us toward an unending pursuit of holiday happiness and commercialism, proclaiming that we need more presents, more decorations, more matching family pajamas, more recipes, more. We never have enough, Reverend Alex Hayter Wynette reminds us that there is nothing simple about the holidays. As the year begins to wind down, things seem to move faster somehow. It's easy to let that rush get the best of you. Weekends can be booked with parties. Evenings are often spent doing shopping or preparing for the next day. When the sun has already set, by the time you get out of work, it can be disheartening. The emphasis on being with friends and family can be challenging emotionally and spiritually. Joy can feel empty when it feels demanded. This time of year, with its unrelenting emphasis on happiness, good cheer, and joy, does not leave space for the sadness, anger, and despair we may feel due to personal, national, or global circumstances. Comedic writer David Sedaris tells a story about a short-lived career as a full-time elf at Macy's department store in New York City some years ago. He says, "On a busy day, 22,000 people come to visit Santa, and I was told that it is an elf's lot to remain merry in the face of torment and adversity." He says, "I promise to keep that in mind." And I will tell you, he doesn't do a great job in the rest of the story. But there is an awful lot of pressure to be cheerful during the holidays. If we don't enthusiastically participate in all the merriment, we're called a Grinch or a Scrooge. Even those classic tales make no room for their main characters to feel anything other than positive. No sadness, no apathy, no negativity of any kind. Speaking of Scrooge, you may not know this, as it was actually new to me. Charles Dickens, author of A Christmas Carol, was a Unitarian. You might recognize that famous line spoken by Tiny Tim echoes a Unitarian theology: "God bless us, everyone." In 1842, Dickens traveled to America and chronicled his disillusionment with the country's institutions, especially slavery. Yet Dickens praised his visit to Boston, where he first encountered Unitarianism upon meeting Ralph Waldo Emerson and William Ellery Channing. After returning to London, Dickens began attending Unitarian services at Essex Street Chapel in London, where early Unitarian services in England had been held. Just 9 months after their meeting in Boston, Dr. Channing died. His considerable reputation was international by the time he died, and so a memorial service was arranged in Little Portland Street Unitarian Chapel in London. Eager to pay his respects, Charles Dickens went to the service and was so impressed by the Reverend Taggart's sermon and tribute that he decided to join the church that day. From then on, he went for almost 2 years every Sunday, and he regularly attended that chapel with his wife and children. Dickens wrote in a letter that he was disgusted with our established church. I think he meant the Church of England, and its daily outrages on common sense and humanity. "I have carried into effect an old idea of mine and joined the Unitarians, who would do something for human improvement if they could, and who practice charity and toleration." In 1843, while he was most active at this Little Portland Street Chapel, Dickens wrote the first and greatest of his Christmas books, you guessed it, A Christmas Carol, which highlights the effects of poverty in an uncaring society, exemplified by the character Ebenezer Scrooge. Without once mentioning Jesus, Dickens shows that it's possible to experience a conversion of heart and spirit, not necessarily based on a specific religious experience, but a personal realization that leads one to help others. But as a minister, I have to wonder if a little TLC, some tender, loving community, perhaps some trauma-informed pastoral care, or maybe even a blue Christmas service such as this, might have led Scrooge to come to some of the same conclusions without the overnight visits from 3 ghosts. But that just doesn't make for a good story. So I think they did it right the first time. But meanwhile, in real life, in the absence of those 3 ghosts for our self-transformation, the rest of us have to navigate the holiday season and all of our complex and even paradoxical feelings about the holidays with coping strategies and self-soothing tools we learn in therapy or maybe even church. Reverend Jake Merrill wonders about the magazine articles he's seen about how to survive Christmas, as if Christmas were some kind of endurance event. What if, he wonders, it wasn't only a choice between misery or merriment? What if there was a third option, an adequate Christmas? An adequate Christmas, he explains, would have you calm and open, taking it in, accepting whatever is. He suggests these 3 things could help. 1, just notice the behaviors that you tend to do when you are wound up too tight. It could be overeating, could be drinking too much, it could be picking fights with family members. Whatever it is, just choose one of those behaviors or tendencies that you know you've got in you, even if it stays buried a lot of the time. You don't need to focus on changing it, just notice it and see what happens. The second one is to say out loud what you want. Nobody can read your mind, right? Santa might be magic, but people aren't. And even Santa receives letters. So it's good to say out loud, articulate what we really want. Say, if you have expectations of this season, I'd like to do this. I really don't feel like doing that. I'd really like to go here. I'm not going to be able to make it. With what you want and need on the table, it's easier for everybody to figure out what to do. The last one is to treat the holidays as sacred time. Turn your attention toward tradition, toward spiritual practice, toward encountering and welcoming God, or the holy, or the universe, or the remarkable. Welcome whatever word feels right for you like never before. Slow it all down, like you might be in some way attuned to the pace of the eternal. And if you need reminders about what that looks like, turn to nature for inspiration. Consider the time it takes for a seed to grow once it is planted, the months it takes for the seasons themselves to turn, the nourishment required for Mother Bear to go into hibernation and come out healthy and refreshed on the other side of the frost. If you need to, he says, you can fake it at first. Can these suggestions promise to bring a wonderful Christmas? No. But maybe this year could be an adequate Christmas. In a song I found entitled The Atheist Christmas Carol by Vienna Tang, she sings, "It's the season of scars and of wounds in the heart, of feeling the full weight of your burdens. It's the season of bowing our heads in the wind and knowing we are not alone in fear, not alone in the dark. The refrain is very simple. She sings, don't forget, I love you, I love you. You may not be able to cheer up or rally or force joy right now, but you mustn't forget. You are loved. You are enough. And you are not alone. We can hold space for ourselves and for others to feel what we need to feel and know that that's okay. We can witness each other's reality, whatever it is, without judgment. That might just be the greatest Christmas gift we can give someone or ourselves. Let presence be the present, right? If you're struggling in this holiday season, you are not alone. Please reach out to someone for connection. It's possible that they are struggling too. And don't forget, we love you. Joy can be fleeting, but love is real. Blessed be. May it be so, and amen. Now, as we prepare to sing together, I'm a little nervous because we had some back and forth about coordinating this. Do we have audio to play? Okay, excellent. We have lyrics on the back of your order of service this morning, and you might also want to locate a tissue because this song always takes somebody out. It might be me today. We'll see. The lyrics are printed on the back of your order of service. I invite you to just remain seated.
What wondrous love is this, oh my soul, oh my soul. What wondrous love is this, oh my soul. What wondrous love is this that brings my heart such bliss and takes away the pain of my soul, and takes away the pain of my soul. When I was sinking down, sinking down, sinking down, when I was sinking down, sinking down, when I was sinking down beneath my sorrow's drown, friends to me gathered round, oh my soul, friends to me gathered round, oh my soul. True love and to all friends I will sing, to love and to
please join us in extinguishing our chalice and your home chalices, if you've lit them, with these words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Consider the words of Pema Chodron, a Buddhist nun, on peace. If we want there to be peace in the world, we have to be brave enough to soften what is rigid in our hearts, to find the soft spot and stay with it. We have to have that kind of courage and take that kind of responsibility. That's the true practice of peace. May this time of waiting inspire our courage. May we find our own soft spot amidst all the pressures of this season and stay with it as we discern our way through it. May we be filled with loving kindness, be peaceful and at ease, and discover the true practice of peace within us, so that there might be peace within the world. Amen.